Alright, hey guys, Mathew Lighty here, and today's video is just about talking about map rushing. So this league we have both Mercenaries and Eagon, as the Mercenaries being the league mechanic and Eagon being the expansion through the bossing, etc. And map rushing is super good for interacting with both these mechanics because they're static spawns. So every map will have a Merc, and every one in an amount of maps will have an Eagon. My personal experience with Eagon is much higher than most people's, which I have averaged like 1 in 10 maps to get an Eagon, which is atrocious, I understand. We think it's more like a 1 in 40, but there's no idea, and some people even think there's scaling with how it spawns, also no idea. The maps I'm running are white, so clearly it doesn't work with more quant equals more Eagon. Maybe it's about mechanics, we don't know. Some people have said, I've gotten back-to-backs, and I've gotten gaps of 100 maps, so it's just a meme. The best map for me for map rushing has been Canyon. It's a straight shot from the spawn to the boss, and you pretty much see everything on the way when you're movement skilling through. You want your character to be either quick as in movement, or fastish as in movement skills. So for me, it's using a Frostblink of Wintry Blast is how I get through the map quite quickly. Now, aside from just checking Mercs for trying to find perfect Mercs, like if you're trying to find a Cruel Mistress upgrade, which is incredibly difficult, you could do 1,000 maps and not find the Merc you want, and that wouldn't even be odd. You also are checking them for their inventories, exiling them periodically, and then whatever other things you want on that map. So a good thing is to get Eater Exarch spawns just for bosses. So if you want on your Atlas when you're doing your setups, you can grab the nodes that say double progress on either one. That just is preference to you. That shaves off 10% of the amount you would get, so it makes it a little bit faster. And just know that by that 10%, you can skip the middle boss spawn. If you're at a 13 and a double progress is over 14 to 15, you will lose out on that boss fight. So aside from that, we try to do other mechanics on my Atlas for my boss rush Atlas that is also conducive to just me flying through a map. So I have settlers, so I can check settlers on the way. I have Nika with the keystones, so I can grab the sulfite spawns for more settlers. I have rogues, smugglers caches for all that goodies from a heist. And the more important one I would say is scouting report stuff and Keurig. Because our Keurig rate is about 30%, whatever, 1 in 3 boss rushes, but we'll get a Keurig back, which is the equivalent of getting a scouting report, right? Because if I am looking for the valuable double Einhars, right, you could just send a mission to reset the window, and there's a chance you get, whatever Einhar you want, whether it's the Sacred Harvest or the Harvest Beast, which are the 2 big valuable ones. So when you're map rushing, you also get basically every 3 maps is 1 free scouting report, which adds up. So at the end of yesterday's session, I had roughly like 200 Keurig missions to check through, and that then gave me, maybe 10 between the 2 Einhar missions. So super valuable there. So all I do is I get a large amount of canyons. You can get them through 16.5 map scaling with the scarabs. I tend to put on singular focus because I'm actually so full on maps that I have no more room anywhere. But you don't have to put singular focus on. And then you just activate the map and you run through. So I want to show you what that looks like. It's not much to show, but just what I interact with and how I go about it. So this is the standard canyon spawn, and then I am movement skilling my way through, and yeah, you just try to go down the middle. I can see there's a crimson, which I'm not going to interact with. It takes a little bit of time, but you can if you want. There's a shrine. You have to click that, and you just going on through the map, thoroughly checking whatever. We're going to have a Merc in a second. I think I skipped it, but there's boss 1, boss 2. You know you're done with the bosses when it says map complete in the top right. And I think I must have missed the Merc in the very beginning over here. Yep. And I click them, interact with them however I choose. So for me it's Exile, and then less than a minute you're out of here. And then that's a slow one because I missed a Merc, but it's like you get the idea. So we'll just do a couple more here. Show you what they look like. Looking to grab the Mercs, looking to grab the Eagon, any other things that are of importance to you. There's my Merc. Flame hand, so I grab inventory. Loot. Run to the boss. No Eagon. I see a bismuth, that's a quick click, right? Rogue's Cache is a quick click. And boom, we're at the boss. Just like that. Boss is dead, map says complete, TP out. Yep, so you just do that, rinse, repeat, thousands of times, and you'll have as many Eagons as you want, as many Merc interactions as you want. all it really is you're beholden to is the amount of maps you have. The canyon's also kind of nice because you could horizon them because they're a base 16. So if you're in trade, you could just buy canyons, whatever. If you're in solo self-found, you could just you know, farm them the au naturel way. Yeah, Merc interacted with. Bismuth clicked. There's my Eagon. See, it's impossible to miss these things when you use, like, there's not much else in the map. Find where the boss spawn is, right there. Kill my 2 bosses, leave the map. Rinse, repeat. So that's it. So now I'm going to do my Eagon when I get it, because, you know, that's all I care about. That's the entire process. So that's pretty much the end of the video. That's how I map rush, and it's just rinse, repeat, you know, 2,000 times, and you'll probably have every Merc unique, and you'll probably have, you know, most of the expansion uniques right there. It's the experience you get from this also is like maybe 0.25 per map, maybe 0.1 per map. It's not a lot, but in like 600 maps, I got from like 97 to 98 in a quarter, you know? So it actually adds up, and there's really little risk of death in a map in general, so this is like pretty fucking safe. Ooh, Wither Touch. Ooh, it's got shit. But yeah, that's it. That's the entire map rushing. You can also incorporate other things that, like, you might enjoy that are easy to click. There's a node for guaranteed scarab drop per boss, 25%. There's 2 bosses, so it's a 50% chance to get a scarab each map, kind of. If you're doing canyon, that's okay too. That's this one, right? Anything that has to do with final bosses, like destructive play won't really work because you're going to be doing Eater Exarch rushing and you're doing the same map, so you can't dupe it up. But yeah, everything else you could think of that's like click and go, kind of. Not many mechanics are just like grab and go, you know? You can't really do like lab trials, or you could do Val side zones and just Val them with lucid dreams to try to get like an adorned, but not a whole lot else to interact with. So that's that. You can grab any of these map boss nodes if you want. If you care about Guardian maps, you want to get Guardian maps, grab all those for map rushing. They're great. I don't really care at the moment, so I don't have them, but yeah, that also works. But that's it. I'm Matt Lighty. This has been my my map rushing breakdown for what I do and what you can do also if you want to get this sort of stuff. And grab your Merc uniques, grab your whatever. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm going to be back to doing another 1,000 maps. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.